earnings missed estimates, but some segments were stronger, and the outlook is a little bit more positive. Tell me exactly how you forecast the economy going and what impact that will have on Norsk Hydro.
I would say that with regard to the quarterly result, it was impacted by several factors. It was higher raw material cost, but also impacted by the fact that we are running our alumina refinery in Brazil and also the bauxite mine and Alba smelter with 50% capacity. So this is impacting the result. But if you look at the underlying situation in the market, it looks quite positive. Good demand. The supply-demand balance is also now moving in a more, I would say, positive situation seen from our side with, in fact, expected a deficit of about 1.5 million tons this year.
Given the rise in your shares today, and I think that they're up, a lot more than it was maybe expected when we had the earnings out, are you relieved that actually the markets are, even though we had a lot of headwinds, they're kind of relieved about, what the future looks like?
Well, that could be one explanation. I would also say that there are several areas in Hydro that develops very positively. We have the downstream business that is doing very well. See good development in extruded solutions, which was the acquisition that we did last year. There are good volume development and also margin developments in both rolled products and extruded solutions. So there are good market developments. We also see, of course, that as I mentioned, the market is quite tight. The global inventories are going down, and the fact that also not only the quarterly supply-demand balance is in the deficit, but also that we expect that there will be a deficit for the whole year 2018. So I would say that there are several factors that may have an impact on that.
How much do you worry about the trade dispute, about the tariffs in the automobile sector, and do you have a contingency plan?
Well, we are following that carefully, and of course we have, for example, in the US, we have several extrusion plants with about 600,000 tons capacity that are now buying metal from the market at a much higher price due to the 10% duties. But the price for the products has also developed, so we see that we have very similar margins today as we had before introduction of the duty. So it seems that it is the end users that is paying for this. But of course we are concerned about the long-term effect, what is going to happen with trade, the global trade going forward. If the policy will be eye for an eye going forward, we know that Mahatma Gandhi said that eye for an eye will make the world blind. And if that continues, we are not very positive, but I would say that the underlying sentiment in the market for aluminium is quite positive because there is a lot of substitution ongoing, and there is also a lot of need for aluminium in cars and in other important market segments.
But at this moment in time, are you expecting the trade dispute to actually deepen?
Yeah, it's if the trade is now hampering the global economic development, that is negative because the demand for aluminium is a function of global GDP more or less. So of course that could be an issue going forward.
All right, thank you so much, Svein Richard Brandtzaeg there, the Chief Executive of Norsk Hydro.